Imagine a country blessed with a stunning, vibrant landscape, the planet's largest rainforest, endless fertile land, colossal rivers, and vast deposits of gold, iron, and oil. By all measures of natural wealth, this nation should be an unstoppable global superpower, a beacon of prosperity for its people. Yet for decades, this country has grappled with deep-seated poverty, political instability, and economic challenges that defy its incredible potential. We're talking about Brazil. Why does a nation so astonishingly rich in natural resources struggle so profoundly to translate that wealth into a better life for all its citizens? Is this a cruel twist of fate, a result of its unique history, or a fundamental paradox of modern economics? Prepare to uncover the astonishing story of Brazil, the land of immense potential and persistent problems, as we dive deep into the forces that have shaped its destiny. Stay with us until the very end to understand the paradox that defines a nation. Welcome to Young Curiosity, where we unravel the mysteries that shape our world. If you're fascinated by complex global paradoxes and untold stories, you're in the right place. Please take a moment to smash that like button, subscribe to Young Curiosity for more mind-bending insights, and tell us in the comments where you're watching from. Your support helps us bring these incredible topics to life. First, let's grasp the sheer scale of Brazil's natural endowments. It's an agricultural giant with more arable land than almost any other country, making it a global leader in producing soybeans, coffee, sugar, and beef. The Amazon rainforest, a treasure trove of biodiversity, is a natural resource of incalculable value, producing a significant portion of the world's oxygen and holding countless undiscovered species and medicinal plants. Below the ground, Brazil is a mineral powerhouse with vast reserves of iron ore, bauxite, and gold. Its coastline provides access to offshore oil reserves, including the massive pre-salt fields. It also possesses one of the world's largest freshwater supplies, with colossal river systems like the Amazon. This is a nation with an almost embarrassing abundance of everything needed to build a powerful economy. This immense natural endowment, however, also serves as a crucial part of the paradox that defines its development. But here's where the paradox begins. This immense natural wealth has, in many ways, become a curse. The concept of the resource curse suggests that countries rich in natural resources often struggle with economic growth, political instability, and inequality. Why? Because the easy money from exporting raw commodities can lead to a lack of economic diversification, a neglect of other sectors like manufacturing and technology, and an over-reliance on volatile global prices. For centuries, Brazil's economy has been defined by boom and bust cycles tied directly to the price of its exports. When the price of sugar or coffee was high, the economy boomed. When it crashed, the country was plunged into recession. This has prevented the kind of stable, long-term industrial planning seen in nations that built their wealth on innovation and manufacturing. The country's economic fortunes have for too long been dictated by external market forces rather than its own internal strategic planning. What do you think is a bigger problem for a country, having too many resources or too few? Let us know. A major historical factor is Brazil's colonial legacy. For over 3 centuries, the Portuguese crown's primary goal was to extract as much wealth as possible from the land, first sugarcane, then gold, and later coffee. This system was designed for external benefit, not internal development. It created a highly unequal society with a small land-owning elite and a massive population of enslaved or impoverished laborers. This legacy of inequality and resource extraction has persisted, leaving a weak industrial base and a society with deep-seated social divisions. The wealth generated by natural resources often flows to a select few, leaving the majority of the population behind to struggle for basic necessities. This historical foundation created an environment ripe for political and economic instability. For much of its modern history, Brazil has struggled with political corruption, which has acted as a powerful drain on its public resources. Scandals involving state-owned companies have siphoned off billions of dollars, money that could have been invested in crucial infrastructure, education, and health care. This pervasive corruption undermines public trust in institutions and discourages the long-term, stable foreign investment that is essential for building a modern economy. This political turmoil, combined with the volatility of commodity prices, has led to a pattern of recurring crises that have hampered Brazil's ability to achieve sustainable, inclusive growth. Socially, the paradox of wealth and struggle is most visible in extreme inequality and a lack of access to quality education. Brazil has one of the largest gaps between the rich and poor in the world. The wealth generated from its resources often benefits a small elite, while the majority of the population lives with inadequate public services, limited opportunities, and a constant struggle for survival. The education system, while making strides, is often underfunded and unequal, particularly in rural and poorer regions. Without access to a high-quality education, it's incredibly difficult for young people to gain the skills needed for a modern technological economy, trapping them in a cycle of poverty and hindering the development of a diverse, skilled workforce that could move the country away from its reliance on raw materials. Finally, the immense natural wealth itself creates its own set of environmental challenges. The drive to exploit resources has led to widespread deforestation in the Amazon, threatening a vital ecosystem and creating global pressure on Brazil. The conflict between economic development, logging, agriculture, and environmental preservation is a constant source of tension. Balancing the need for economic growth with the responsibility to protect one of the world's most important natural resources is a monumental task that Brazil faces every day. Ultimately, the story of Brazil is a powerful and complex one. Its struggle is not from a lack of potential, but from a deeply intertwined web of historical, political, and economic factors. The legacy of colonial resource extraction, the volatile nature of commodity prices, persistent corruption, and profound social inequality have all conspired to hold back a nation that, by all rights, should be a global leader. However, the future is not yet written. If Brazil can invest in its people, overcome its political hurdles, and sustainably manage its incredible natural gifts, it has the potential to finally fulfill its promise. The paradox of its struggle may one day be a distant memory, replaced by a reality of shared prosperity and global leadership. What do you think is the single biggest thing Brazil needs to fix to reach its full potential? Share your insights below.